Family Heritage by Jade Turner. Heritage is an important factor to every developing family, particularly about the values of their family. Here's a little information about my grandparents, which are my mother's parents. My mother's biological mother's name is Molly Baker. She doesn't know her biological father. She just knows that his name was Leroy Stone. She was born March 31st, 1932, raised in Bardstown, Kentucky. My mother was adopted by Elizabeth Phillips and George Phillips. George Phillips was born on November 2nd, 1915. My grandmother Elizabeth, she was born on February 18, 1921, and they both were raised in Bardstown, Kentucky. Here are pictures of Molly Baker, George Phillips, and Elizabeth Phillips. Information. Mama Liz, as we called her, my grandmother died on October 19, 2007. My grandmother's mother's name is Aline Coconell, and her father's name was Stykes Coconell. My grandmother had a half-brother named Arthur. She worked as a nurse assistant for 34 years at Flagey Memorial Hospital. My granddaddy, George, mother's name was Nanny Phillips. His father died at an early age, so we do not know his name. My granddaddy had 6 brothers and 1 sister. He is a twin, so he has a twin brother. Since my granddaddy was a twin, he ended up having twins of his own, Uncle James and Uncle Charles. Molly Baker was the daughter of Mary Bell Edwards and Nick Baker. My great-grandmother had one sister named Aline Coconell. Their mother's name was Frances Holmes. I do not have pictures of them. My grandmother Molly, at a young age, her health changed. She is a diabetic, and she was diagnosed at the age of 52. She had a pen stroke that left her paralyzed on the left side. And this year, she had a heart attack. This weakened her left side even more. In 2008, she lost her left leg due to diabetes, and in 2011, she lost her right leg. Today, she is a double amputee and still struggles with health issues, but we do thank God that she is doing good and in great spirit and knows everyone. This is my mother, Helen Renee Phillips Turner. My mother was born and raised in Bardstown, Kentucky, born on February 5th, 1961. She is one of 7 siblings. My mother is my world, and she's beautiful inside and out. She married Ronald Turner. Has 2 beautiful children, Jade and LaToya. Here's pictures of my mother's siblings. Rodney Baker, known as Uncle Kim. Timmy Baker, known as Timmy. Charles Phillips, Uncle Charles. And my aunties are Bonnie Spalding, known as Bon Bon, which she is on the far right, and Pamela Livers, known as Pam Pam, is in the blue. Here are pictures of my little cousins, which are great-grandchildren, starting from the top and to the right. Malia, little Dwight, Jaden. At the bottom, little Vancy, Janessa and Jayla, Denarius Jacoby, Amaya Jade, Jada, and Michael. Here are the grandchildren, starting from the top to the right. Kavon, Candace, Marcus, the bottom, Michael, me and my sister, LaToya and Jade, Dwight, Jeremy, Bradley, and Vancy. Traditions are those little rituals passed down from generation to generation that helps shape your family by creating a sense of unity, warmth, and closeness. On Thanksgiving, my family has a tradition of making a pie called dirt cake. Thanksgiving is usually served out my house. A routine that my family does before eating is we get into a big circle and we would pray and go around the circle and tell why we are thankful. Christmas, we usually spread into our own little families. On Christmas Eve, my sister and I used to open at least one present if we wanted to. And on Christmas Day, we would get up about 10 o'clock in the morning. First thing we do would be praying and get to open presents. My father's name is Ronald Lee Turner. He was born March 1st, 1963. My father has one sibling, and her name is Shatwan, but we call her Shelly. My dad is my right hand. I do anything and everything with him. I used to go fishing, riding bikes, playing basketball, or even helping him cut grass. These are my father's parents. Their names are Judy Turner and Ronnie Turner, and they live in Campbellsville. And they had 2 kids, which is my dad and my aunt Shatwan Turner. Pawpaw's mother's name was Mary Barbara Calhoun. She is half Cherokee Indian. Her father's name was Owen Milburn Turner. He was African American. My great-grandmother was his first wife. Owen Turner is a native of Taylor County. He was born March 5th, 1900. He is the child of Matt and Sally Turner. My great-grandfather Owen went and married Annie Mae Jones, and after his first wife, he had 2 more children. So he ended up having 15 children. Matt Turner, my great-grandfather. Matt Turner helped build the Pleasant Union Baptist Church 137 years ago, and he served as a deacon at that church. A very antique piece of culture my father has kept and shown me was the nails and wood pieces that were actually part of building the Pleasant Union. This is a tradition from my papa's family. Everyone has a part to play in the Pleasant Union Church. Still, until this day, my family's tradition is still in the church and lives. My family knows how to play piano and guitar, and they can sing. Most of my aunts can play the piano. My papa can play the guitar, bass guitar, and piano. Family means to me. Family is a single word with many different meanings. People have many ways of defining a family and what being a part of a family means to them. Families differ in terms of economics, culture, and values. I cherish my family. This is how my family shows value, love to one another.